This is my great-grandfather, Christopher Columbus Weber. He was born in 1852 and died in 1905. His wife was Selena Alice Weber, and Alice is a family name. And she was born in 1860, died in 1910. And Alice Weber is a Moor, and her uncle raised
who are
her.
the children of Christopher C. Weber and Selena Alice Weber?
You have the list.
Okay, John Claude Weber, Palmetto Weber, who is Pam's
my
grandmother, Ada Weber, Frank Herschel Weber, Sarah Hilda Weber, Delia Gertrude Weber, Willie Clifton Weber, Grace Edith Weber, Myrtle Dovey Weber, Martha May Weber, Osro Herbert Weber, and Irene Reed Weber.
And this
Same time. And my grandmother was always preoccupied with fixing dinner, doing clothes, busy, very, very busy woman.
You mean-
Because they had a garden, they had cows,
This is in Smyrna then? you're
Yeah,
talking.
she went from here to Smyrna, Georgia, to the same house. They enlarged the house, but she went there and they stayed there while they had their 10 children. And my mother was the second daughter. The first daughter was Gertrude, one of the names you'll hear here, and then my mother's name, Victoria Melvina Reed. She married my father, Ray Griggers, and but my grandmother had
Follow me.
my grandmother had 10 children, and her first child was born when she was 22. Her last child when she was 44. So she had many children and much responsibility. And the reason I got to meet Ida, who was Claude's wife, was we came up here when I was a teenager. But I didn't know the others.
Is that the late 1940s?
Yeah, I'm 47. I was 16.
Would you come to visit with your mother?
Yes, and my aunt Myrtle. We came up during the summer.
And speaking of Myrtle, Myrtle is the daughter of Ada Weber, who was the third born of Christopher and Selena.
Okay.
So that's Myrtle, and Myrtle was the one who supplied Mark with this list.
Okay. Thank you, Mark
Myrtle
Reed.
Littlejohn.
Well, Myrtle actually. Okay, yeah, Myrtle married the Little John.
Yeah,
Okay.
Myrtle Littlejohn was the younger sister.
Where did she get the name Big Mama?
I gave it to her. I was the firstborn, and my mother was a big woman. She was 5'7", my grandmother 6'1". But my grandmother was,
Big Mama was 6'1"?
yes,
How-
Big Mama was 6'1".
How tall was her husband? He was smaller?
He was shorter,
Okay, sure.
yeah. A couple of inches shorter.
Okay, so you gave it to her when you were a child?
Yes, I was in the kitchen, and my mother was pregnant again and very big. Big Mama was over 300 pounds at that time.
300 pounds?
Yes, 300 pounds. She got slimmer as she got older, but at that one point she was 300 pounds. And she and my mother were in the kitchen, and I said, I have two Big Mamas. And so the Big Mama stuck, and so it was Big Mama and Big Papa. And Palmetto Weber Reed, Big Mama, and Benjamin Franklin Reed, Big Papa, had 10 children.
Okay.
The first one was Gertrude Reed. She married Mark Humphrey, and they had no children. Victoria Melvina Reed was my mother. She married Rayford E. Griggers, and they had 3 children. May, Elaray, and I go by Pam. And the next one was Victor Griggers. And then the last one was my sister, Joan, Myrtle Joan Griggers.
Okay.
And the next child they had was Colleen Reed. They had 3 girls. And Colleen married Dallas Rufus Guthrie, and they had 2 children, Palma Ann Guthrie, and that's from Big Mama, Palma Ann. John David Temple is who she married. Then Rufus Guthrie was the child of Colleen and Dallas. Then B.F. Reed Jr. was the first boy, married Jessie Cook. And Jessie and B.F. had 5 children. Eleanor married Robert Bruce. Rita married Charles. B.F. Reed III married Donna Reisman. Clifton W. Reed married, and I don't know who. Jessie May Reed married and had 3 boys. Earl Stephen Reed married Madeline
Okay,
Duncan.
Earl was now a son of Big Mama and Big Papa, correct?
Yes, he was
okay.
the 5th child.
Fifth child, yeah, keep them numbered.
The 5th child
'cause-
was Earl Stevens Reed, who married Madeline Duncan. They had 2 children. Jackie Reed married John Ogletree. Earl Stephen Reed Jr. married Jackie Symington, and they had 6 children. Rebecca Hilda Reed married John Frank Leonard, and Rebecca and Frank had 5 boys. John Leonard, Robert Leonard, Raymond Patrick went by Pat Leonard, Charles Edward, and he was known as Charles, and Thomas Claude. And his name was Tommy. 7th child is Raymond Morgan Reed, who is still living today and is 95. And he married Mary Frances Taylor, and now he married Mary Love, and they live in Smyrna.
3 children.
Raymond and Mary Frances had 3 children. Debbie Joan, Patricia Marie, Raymond Morgan Jr. Then the 8th child Big Mama and Big Papa had is Alice Palmer Reed. She had no children. William Marcus Reed is the 9th child. Bill married Virginia Lee Pepper, and they had 3 children, which was Mark Reed, married Michelle Davis, Cynthia Reed, Cynthia Pepper Reed, and Bruce Thomas Reed. The 10th child, when Big Mama was 44, she gave birth to Ruth Reed, who only lived 3 days.
Okay.
No, she was born on the 6th of July and died on the 9th.
I didn't read any more of the descendants, is that they were not listed on that particular.
That's right. They're not listed here.
In other words, spouses of like grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
That's right.
Thank you.
Planning on doing, and what we're preparing to do, is take a rubbing of our Weber family spray stuff.
Okay, Joan,
you can
what
hold
you-
that down.
what
though,
you
so it
just
doesn't
done?
fall. Yeah, I just this happens to be a Post-it piece of paper with self-stick, but I'm going to
Secure it with tape.
secure it with masking tape as well. The side. I think the side down the top and bottom. But I want to keep it clear here so I can put another piece of paper in there. When we get back home, I'll piece it together so Selena and Christopher Columbus can be together.
Okay.
Now we're going to get another piece of paper so we can do the part of the stone that has Selena's name on it. Wow, this Post-it stuff
Yeah.
actually worked out well.
Can overlap it or keep
Yeah,
it?
I'm gonna overlap it. Now we'll do the same thing. Actually, let me move it up a little bit so that it's
Just make sure you got it. Okay.
There's another piece on this side. Then, what I read was you could either use chalk or crayon, and I thought crayon would be less, yeah, it wouldn't be as messy. So, the back.
Black.
So, well, actually, I saw some on the internet that were real pretty, done in purple or
Traditional black.
well, no, I don't want
gray.
black. I saw prettier ones that were done in purple.
Okay.
I want black. Okay. And they said you can rub in all directions. I don't want to get too dark. I don't want to break the crayon, but I can go over this again. Look at this. Do you see it? Let me go the other direction also.
Excuse me, Mother.
Actually, I think it's better to go one direction. This is the most comfortable way, not
Yeah,
a
do
little
it.
darker. Look at the pretty trim. Okay, here we are, Christopher. There's a P. H. E. R. Christopher C. W. E. B. B. E. R. Weber. And when I get home, I'm going to put some clear tape on the back.
Mine just finished. Tell you what we just
We
did.
just did rubbings of the family stones in the Weber plot over here in the newer section of the cemetery. And we did the John Claude and Ida May Weber. And we did Christopher C. Weber and his wife Selena Alice and their daughter Sarah Hilda.
Okay, we want to give credit where credit's due. We want to thank Mark Reed for sharing a handwritten, let me show it right here, a handwritten history, kind of a family
Quite
tree
a
of the
few.
Weber family. And Mark sent that to Joanne, scanned it, sent it to Joanne. And where did Mark get it, to the best of your knowledge?
Okay, Mark got it from Christopher Columbus and Selena's ninth child, Myrtle Dovey Weber, and she married Joseph
Okay, well,
Nathan
thank you.
Littlejohn.
And thank you, the Reed family. We love the Reed family, all of you.